This is Manic Money Finance. I'm Money Mike. This is,
I'm Crypto Corey,
and we are on dark
and
mode tonight.
it's getting dark, right? You guys depressed yet?
Bitcoin, the S&P, none of it looks good.
Oh, it sucks. Oh no. It's the end of the month.
What a way to ring in the new
Come
year.
on. Come on, guys. Come on. How many times at the end of the month do we have to have like this thing? Hold on, let me get the lights on. 'Cause this is ridiculous, guys. Come on, stop that nonsense, right? Get that out of the way. No, come on, stop that nonsense.
yeah. Because if you're
How
smart,
many times at the end of the month do we have to say that the end of the month trades down, and then all of a sudden the end of the month comes, and you're like, oh my god, it's crashing. I gotta sell everything. It's crashing, Mike.
yep. Jump out of all your positions, freak out, overreact, without a doubt. It's the best way to go about
Keep
it.
making the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Yeah. And like we were talking about just a little while ago, if you're smart and you can adapt, you can learn how to make money during times like this. Just short.
This is the perfect time to build a position, right? That's just my opinion. We buy the red candles, right? And really, if you follow this channel, you watch it, we tell you all you need to do is buy the monthly open. By the way, this is not financial advice, right? We're not going to tell you what to do. We never tell you what to do. This is the documentation of our financial journey.
Amen.
That's all this is, right? But what do we say? Every single month when the opening of the month comes around, what do we say? You buy at or below opening price. How would that have worked out for you last month, Mike? Beginning last month for Bitcoin.
I don't know if I can remember because I do the stocks mostly.
All right, let's we don't even need to remember. Let's pull up the chart.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom.
So now let's pull up that monthly. We buy at or below.
I have to say.
So this one is going to be closing below, which is interesting, huh?
Yeah, the monthly chart kind of looks like hot garbage. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no! Let me turn the lights back off.
That's part of the design, though. Like the chart looks horrible. It's very choppy, lots of head and shoulders, but at the same token, like now is a time when most people aren't going to buy, and that's when the big money is going to get in.
Like I was saying, I didn't like how far that weekly was away from the 21. I don't know if you were on stream that night or whatever, but yeah, I was saying it. We need to pull back. 21 needs to come up, touch that price, or we're going to come down and touch 21. Well, it seems like both are happening right now. So we need to see this come up. And what's most likely to happen? We come and chop around here, right? Make a flag and then take off, you know? That's one of the likely scenarios, right? Or, right, come to this daily fair value gap. I always tell you, was it the date? Yeah, we have one right here. There's a couple, so we have to keep that in mind. And not all gaps get filled, but most of them do.
Yeah,
You have a gap here at 83
we
on the
got
daily.
William in the chat again. he was
William in the chat. Shout out to William.
he was saying that when you were talking about just doing the same crap over and over again, overreacting and selling everything. That's a definition of insanity.
That's it, right? We keep repeating the same, and it. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm still working on myself, and I'm not perfect, but I've been to some dark places trying to trade leverage, and I'd be like, "What's wrong?" I literally feel like I'm insane, like I'm losing my mind right now.
Oh
Like
yes,
it's pretty difficult. And sometimes, yeah, you have to understand, you just trust the process. This is what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to lose a lot of money in the beginning, right?
I mean if
That's why most people give up.
if people can be dialed in enough to where they can trade high ass leverage and make a bunch of money, I mean they deserve that money because that is very very difficult.
Yeah,
Very.
and I mean, you don't need skill to make a lot of money. And we see this a lot, right? You don't need to have skill to make a lot of money in the market, but to keep money and to be consistent, that takes skill. There's a lot of people who hit it big, right? And then they lose all of it, right? There's a lot of that.
Oh yes.
But we're aiming for skill. We're aiming to be the best versions of ourselves, right?
Amen.
So there is some inefficiencies here. And
Inefficiencies.
with the price right here, you have to watch out. We're watching the monthly. It's now, I mean, we have 3 days left. 3 days, 22 hours. Um we really can't say we really can't call what's gonna happen until that candle closes. But right as of right now, it's making people scared. it's it's barely did it has done nothing, right? Look at this move that is pretty much similar in size, where it had to consolidate for
Oh
one,
yeah.
two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 months before it finally decided to rip up again. So
Yeah. I mean, basically, now's the time to find brand new projects. Get on, decks.
altcoins,
Yeah, altcoins, brand new deck sales, stuff that's only being listed on Uniswap. If you can get in on a pre-sale, I mean, that's like throwing a dart at the wall. You don't know. It's impossible to tell which one's going to rock it off. But if you get in at the very beginning, you're giving yourself the best chance. Might as well.
right?
Amen. Ooh.
So what were we talking about in the last stream, right? Bitcoin faked us out, was above the 200. But what was I talking about, Mike, right? You remember
No.
how the 200 was pointing down? It was saying,
Oh yeah. Yep.
yes, price was above the 200 like we talk about. That's a lot. We talk about that as a model a lot. But where was it pointing? It's telling you, yes, that price got above it, but it was still pointing down so aggressively where I'm saying, even on stream, like, I don't trust this. I've seen it so many times that yes, price is above the 200 right now, and that technically is our model, and we definitely got a crossover. Saw that? You see it?
Oh yeah.
Right?
What are the 10
We
and the
had it.
50?
But why didn't I play it? Well, exactly for that reason. The 200 is telling us we're going down. Before we want to see that 200 flat, right? That's what we talked about. We want to see this flatten out first. This is now technically, if this holds, creating a market structure shift, right? See, now we have lower, higher lows and higher highs. See it? So there's a market structure shift right there. Will it hold? That's the question. Yeah, probably, most likely,
Well, I mean,
right? If
this
I was looking for a position,
this
I
like
would
little
probably enter
drop
in right
off,
there.
this little drop off at the end of the year is actually more reassuring than anything.
It's the end of the month. We talk about it all the time. The big players want a discount. Yeah, these prices won't last. That's all I gotta say, Mike.
Oh yeah, overdue consolidation phase for sure. And
Oh yeah,
I
this is
honest,
about the chop.
what's crazy, dude, is the Bitcoin chart looked just like the S&P 500 chart. It was trying to get above 6,000 again, just like Bitcoin was trying to get above 100. And today they both dropped off a cliff, man. It was wild to watch them just follow each other down, like Thelma and Louise,
Yeah, it's pretty funny how it does that.
like Butch Cassidy
Right.
and the
So if I
Sundance
wanted to be
Kid.
playing this pattern, right? Let's just talk about it briefly, and then you can go back to what you were doing. So we're gonna enter in at the bottom because this is kind of the low, right? And then we can add this stop loss below that low, right? We can add that, maybe even a little bit below, more. Take profit would be the top of this pattern, right? Take that high out. Boom. That's a one. That's like a 1 to 2. I'm not gonna lie, Mike. It's not the best, right? But I would play it. Yeah, I'd play it, right? But this is the thing. I wouldn't play this with my live account. I'm only gonna play it in my demo account. This is why. It's Friday. I don't like to trade on weekends. Low volume means usually lack of follow through, stop hunts all the way. But say if I were playing the hourly chart, which we're doing, we're this is like long term trade, right? We're looking at long term. So I would only try this on the demo account just to see what's gonna happen. I'm I'm confident that we're gonna get our trade here, but I wouldn't I technically would not risk this with real money because it's a little sketchy right now. I'm not gonna lie, Mike. And when I risk my real money, the money I worked hard for, I don't like to play games with that. But also check it out. See, shoulder on. Get the actual tool here to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see it. So you got a shoulder, head, right shoulder almost playing out. What we're projecting here, and trading is like a game of chess, right? We've identified a break in structure in the market, right? We've identified that we're making higher lows. We're also seeing that we're making higher highs. So what we would do, right? We can pull our fib as well, right? Now we're getting this is starting to get a little sloppy, so you're like, oh, it's hard to see, but isn't that interesting? You see it?
Yep.
Where's the low bouncing off of, Mike? Yeah, it's on the 786. So
Huh.
now we have confluence. We see a shift in market structure, targeting a high. We're not trying to take the high up here. We're not going to get greedy. We're simply looking to take this high. And if it rips in our faces, we're not going to care because we framed it in the model, right? It's basically a 1 to 2, right? So slightly a little bit more. Not much, but slightly, right? Typically we play a 1 to 3, but something like this, you see how we had multiple things line up there. We have an actual plan. This is like a game of chess. We're anticipating our opponent's next move, and who's the opponent? Well, it's the market right here. So this is how we do it. I just showed you how to do it. And it's very likely my model could get walked on all day, right? And I would put my stop loss below this low right here. So it's hard to see, but we have this low. This creates a lower low, right? And then makes a higher high. This wick goes a little bit below. I just noticed that. You see it? That goes a little below. So that, I mean, this head and shoulders really not the best. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not the best, right? So I mean, I'm just looking for it. It's a little sloppy, but um the chances that we come back up to the top of the pattern, um yeah, I would say it's high probability. Not super high probability because it's Friday night, but yeah, I would play it in the demo account, see what happens, right? I have a bear flag here as well, so I mean, there's both sides. It's not always perfect. Just come right for a stop loss. In that case, this would be negated. It wouldn't be valid anymore, and that's why we have the stop loss, and then we'd wait and see what happens and reevaluate, right? That's typically what we do as traders, right? And we don't risk too much when we do it. Is there any charts I should bring up, Mike?
Oh boy.
Spy,
I mean,
like
yeah.
check that out.
We should probably just throw up the spy just for the heck of it. People just saw the Bitcoin chart, throw up the spy chart, maybe get the same time frame on it just to show people. But yeah, no, it's been a good week for me. I'm 4 out of 4. So I mean, one of my things from this week, basically, it's only up a few cents a share, but I'm counting that as a win because I didn't lose money.
There it is. Yeah, it's been a little brutal, I have to
Oh
say.
no, I mean, dude, the spy $600 call, Monday morning that paid like huge Tuesday afternoon. Alarity Therapeutics was up to $1.15 today, so you could have bailed with a 50% gain in a couple of days. When I first alerted at $1, the BlackBerry calls the week before, the BlackBerry $4 calls didn't print, but I put very money into that, literally like $25. So I'm not
Yeah,
even
but
counting that.
it still ran up a bunch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but I mean, you see that those dips, man. You see the Jerome Powell dip first, and then you see the dip today, which wasn't nearly as bad. But I mean, it definitely looks like it's still on its way up. I just think we're gonna get a lot of chop here at the end of the month. Apparently, people weren't done selling for tax purposes, like I expected. And that's basically what we had today because there was no economic news. There was no data that got released. Nothing. So, and this is basically just pure price action with a nice fat
It's
gap.
just the end of the month, you know? That's how it is.
Nice
Right?
fat gap
That.
though, huh? You see that gap in the drop today? That's definitely
Yeah,
gonna
so put
fill.
it on your chart.
What is that, like 600 ish?
Inefficiency there. Inversion. Uh, Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency.
Huh? And that might be a nice opportunity for next week. Some $595 calls, maybe, depending on how expensive they are. Ooh-wee.
I mean, we can look at all the times that the S&P has come close to that 200 4-hour moving average, and they've been a good buy, right?
Yeah, I mean it dips sometimes, but
It would go below, and uh, I would wait Personally, I would wait for it to get closer to that 200 on that 4 hour, right? It looks like it wants to come back to that daily almost as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? This is why I'm switching into small caps and micro caps. Now is the time to jump into the more speculative assets, and almost like honestly, the Magnificent Seven. Ugh. I mean, I can call it right now. I know what the next super cycle is going to be, and it's going to be quantum computing. It's already started. That's why it's so easy to call.
So the fact that we hit the target on the S&P perfectly can go a little bit more, right? I wouldn't be chasing it, but come on, Mike. We talked about I mean, we talked about this.
Oh yeah, yeah,
This is where you would take profits
yeah,
on the daily. So we need either consolidation, exactly like what we had here, or a big pullback, right? So right now, my opinion, which is just my opinion, it's not advice because nothing on this channel is advice. I would not be buying in. I would not be buying in.
yeah.
I'd probably be waiting to see where the consolidation brings us.
And
That's what I'd be doing.
as most people know, this index is a collection of 50 different companies. So basically, this tracks that. So really, what's happening is people are selling their shares in America's top 50 biggest companies. So just Apple, Google, get rid of them all. You know, find yourself some micro caps, some small caps, some crazy
It's
stuff.
it's all measured moves, Mike, and we show it to you every single day on this show, right? So take with what you I mean, come on, like we called that flag. It was perfectly. I mean, like, come on.
Oh yeah,
It
no.
doesn't get much better than that. Come on, guys.
I remember I was saying short sell Bitcoin a few nights ago, and that would have worked out nice. I don't know if it was like in the 98 300 range or something. That would have been pretty freaking sweet, man. I wish I was leveraged
Yeah,
more
if
in
you did the
Bitcoin.
long term, right? But
Oh yeah.
I don't like to short right now, personally,
Well, I was four
until
thousand
I
dollars
know.
ago. So it's like I
But
probably would have
yes,
closed my trade.
the S&P 500 hit our target. Um, when it usually hits targets, I mean, we show it to you time and time again. I don't know how many times you have to see it, but maybe you have to prove it to yourself. Don't even take my word for it. When it hits a target, more likely than not, I would say from what I've experienced, at least 90% of the time, it's going to pull back or it's going to go sideways and consolidate. So, me as a short-term investor, I would be taking my money and I would be happy with what I received. So, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is.
I know
Not
Bitcoin's
surprised.
looking pretty good right now for a nice little
I would,
rebound.
yeah. I mean, we already went over our Bitcoin trade. We're watching that, so
Yeah, I keep
it is what it is.
the live chart up because that's basically the only thing that's trading when we live stream. So I just have that live chart here on my laptop that the camera can't see.
Yeah, let's pull that up. Why don't we
I was
pull that
also
up
checking
there?
our analytics. Our analytics are actually looking really good lately since we started streaming almost every single day. Our analytics
See, that's what
are
I'm saying.
fire.
You're promoting the algorithm.
Ooh-wee. Oh yeah, no,
You know,
I'll do whatever for the algorithm. I'll do some weird
even
stuff.
like go under the desk.
Yeah. I'll uh I'll put on the helmet, man. I'll put on the helmet. Do you think this will help the algorithm, Corey?
Yeah, we'll put that as the thumbnail.
Nice. Yeah, man. Oh, gotta love it.
But we've been doing good. we've been calling this. So like I'm just saying right now, if this is the S&P, it's hitting the target. Look how far it is from the 21, right? This has gone from a narrow state to a wide state, and you see how the moving averages are spread out. Narrow state, wide state,
You're
right?
not sharing your chart.
Let me get
I had
this.
a feeling you were talking about a chart. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things, man. If they were following us and doing what we told them to between the stocks and Bitcoin and everything, like they were diversified, they'd be doing really
Which
well
we're
right
not
now.
telling you to do.
No,
We're
we're not
not
telling
telling
you
you to
guys
do
to.
that
Nope,
whatsoever.
not financial advice. We will not cover your
But yeah,
losses.
we've been nailing it. We've been killing it. So see narrow state, wide state. Once again, wide state, narrow state. So we're gonna need to wait for the moving averages on the monthly here to get back to what we see here. See how they're all close together, right? Spread out. Then they get close together. Once again, see how close they are here. Narrow state. Then boom. So what needs to happen, right? Look how look how spread out they are right now. I mean, anything can happen, right, Mike? Anything can happen. So it's not like it's a guarantee.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it is crazy how we're
the
looking at like 20 years worth of the S&P 500 when we look at this, if not more.
oh yeah, right.
Oh man.
So look how spread it out. It's spread out right now. So I I mean that it is what it is, right? I'm not saying we should short it just yet, but right
Yeah.
now it looks like it's kind of gone to the move we were expecting. Almost the same with Bitcoin. We're pretty much at the measured move, not exactly, but we're close. So the thing is, I have to ask myself, is it really worth the extra, what, 100, 200, $3,000? Like, it's just an extra 3,000. You have what, 5, 6 figures in your portfolio? Seriously? You're worried about what? A couple $100, a couple $1,000, really?
Who's got six figures in their portfolio?
There's a couple of people I teach. Right. So that's what I'm saying. If you have a number in your head, right, it doesn't matter if you have five, if you have six, or if you only have three figures, right? We're gonna talk to everybody here, but I know everybody on all levels of the scale here, and it's hard, especially when you start getting up into the higher numbers, right? I would say it gets harder,
No, dude, it's way more
right?
fun when you have less money. Way more fun.
You know,
You're doing
way
a,
less stressful.
oh yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, it's easier.
I have people that I even talk to. That they hit uh yeah, they hit 7 figures last cycle. I'm not saying who it is, right? But it's a learning experience, right? We all are learning in this, right? And the important thing is that we pay ourselves, right? I didn't pay myself last cycle, right? I didn't have a lot of money last cycle. But I understood, like, I was still pissed, right? I could have taken my money. I didn't, and like at the time, a few $1,000s was a lot of money to me. I didn't take that, right? And I learned from that experience, whether it's a few $1,000s or it's $1 million, right? We're gonna we're gonna learn from that experience, and we're gonna make sure we pay ourselves this time, and we're not gonna fall for the same mistakes, right? So it is what it is, right? And if we keep falling for the same mistakes, well, we need to write that in our journal, right? We need to figure out why we keep making the same mistake.
Yeah,
It took
there's
me a while.
a lot of people on the stock market who learned that lesson back in 2021 through 2022. Instead of getting out after an incredible year and a half post COVID, they tried to hang on to the same game plan through Biden after Trump, and it was not a great idea. Small caps, micro caps, as the interest rates went up, it hurt those little businesses the most, and all of a sudden you were seeing just large cap insanity growth. Chips were great. You could have made a ton of money off natural gas too. So like, there's always an opportunity to make money. You got to be abundance theory with it.
Exactly.
You know?
And just because you didn't take profits the last cycle doesn't mean you're not going to make even more money this cycle, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you give up, you're not going to make you're going to just yeah, there is no opportunity, right? You have to wake up thinking today is your opportunity every single day, right? Did I give up when I lost thousands of dollars? I'm going to have to go through a video on my my journey on leverage trading Bitcoin without knowing what I was doing, without running a stop loss. Could you imagine, right? Everything I tell you not to do. Why? Because I've experienced it. I got to do a whole video about like my trades, my terrible habits, like the mentality I was in, and I still have to catch myself sometimes. This is why I haven't traded since Wednesday, because I know this week is not the week to do it, and I've fell into that trap in the past. This is why I say time is more important than price. This is exactly why I'm not trading this week. It's holiday week. I don't want to even bother with it. It's not my cup of tea, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've
man.
tried it. I've
Yeah, man.
tried it.
It's leveraged trading, especially on Bitcoin, is pretty wild, or cryptocurrencies in general. I mean, when you're just if you hit a couple wins in the beginning, it almost makes it worse in the end because you're gonna have to.
You will
Yeah.
you will win more in the beginning. That's what's funny about it.
Oh.
Because and I've really sat down I had to sit down and really think about what happened. The fact from the point where I was making a bunch of money in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. There's a key piece of information for you to figure out there, to the point where I started knowing what I was doing and I started losing so consistently. Like you would have, if you had just hit the opposite button, here's another piece of information. If you had just hit the opposite button, I would be up thousands of dollars. So why is that? Well, like I said, the markets are rigged and it's beautiful, right? And as soon as you figure out that the stop losses they're going to get rated, right? You might as well just put your stop loss. You might as well put a limit order where your stop loss is, because it's going to get walked on. You're going to get filled. That's where the institutional orders are, right? You want to be with the institution. You want to be with the big money. Well, it's at the stop loss. So, right, you have two trades. You have the first trade where you say, I'm very impulsive and I'm going to be like the old me, and I just open the charts and I see something in a pattern, I find something that I like. It doesn't matter what it is. I just hit the buy button because I see that I got an alert on my phone and that price is up. Bitcoin's pumping. And I go down to the 1 minute and I see the 1 minute's pumping big. But then nowadays I see, oh, it's Saturday. Oh, it's Thursday, and it's uh 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Do I enter that trade? No. Why? Because I've seen so many times that that time of day and um, especially at that day, right? Whether it's Friday or Thursday, um, we typically get fake outs. So it's not to say all of them play like that, but typically I want to see Wednesday or Tuesday play out, right? Depending on what's going on, what time of the week, right? What time of the month, right? Was it is it the first week? Is it the last week? Right? Because we have to understand where are we in the cycle. We are thinking about the monthly candles playing out. Obviously, typically there's 4 weeks, right, to a monthly candle. The first week creates the wick, which is trades down, which is why we say we buy at or below the monthly open. Trades up into the range, right, which happened this month, right? But which was strange about Bitcoin this month, it dropped down below the monthly open. So that's why we take profits, right? Even if you held till the beginning of the third week, you would still have been good, right? You'd have been up a lot of money. I mean, what do we even hit this month?
We hit 100.
Yeah, we went. What was it, the all time high?
I think we did actually in the past month.
Yeah, it's the all time high. So the fact that we hit all time high, I mean, there you go.
108,000.
There you go. So you can't get greedy, right? The fact that we had a massive candle before tells us as well, like, oh, this thing's running up big.
Very nice. Dude,
Is what it is, right?
it's crazy. We have like a 80 to 1 like to dislike ratio, or like a 40 to 1 like to dislike ratio.
Well, you see why, right?
I'm going in and cleaning up the channel right now and stuff. And it's interesting, dude. We have 68 videos and we started streaming in February. Well, 64 now because I got rid of the basically the mess ups.
Yeah, we gotta get a little bit more consistent and be available for people. But yeah,
Every
we're gonna get the algorithm.
damn day.
And then the more we can get people to engage, the more we can start promoting more things on this show, and we can bring more opportunities to you guys,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm gonna be filming my stocks to buy 2025. I'm basically going to just throw out my January 2025 portfolio for this year. I'm gonna go over the stocks. I'm gonna tell you why I like them. I'm gonna show you, the important stuff, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how my portfolio is set up for January 2025. Obviously, you have to adapt. You have to change things, so it's not gonna
Yep.
stay true for the whole year. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it all out there for free.
That's what we do. And come on, guys, like the fact that you should be subscribing, you should be watching this channel. We give out so much free stuff. Like a lot of stuff I tell everybody on this channel, I had to pay money for, and I might, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for it. Some people are not gonna be happy at me for this if we actually start becoming a big channel. They're not gonna be happy.
When
Why? Because they made me pay for it. I'm not gonna make you pay for it.
Yeah.
There it is.
And Corey's also going to be coming out. He was talking about a little while ago a video detailing his journey into leverage trading. Woo-wee.
Yep. So yeah, we're gonna be showing you what happened there. And, I'll show you the $1,000, so like $2,000 loss that I had, and yeah, imagine I had to pull the trigger on that because basically I would have lost my full portfolio, which it was like $4,000 at the time, which is was I mean anybody, I mean $4,000 is a decent amount of money, so you have to know when to cut it off. Um,
No
I would
one
have
can cut it
lost that
off.
money if I didn't take that loss. I had to actually hit the close button on a 2,000 some odd dollar trade that was negative because I saw it, and then it would have taken my whole $2,000. But did I give up? No. All right, I come back, and so far, like I'm getting close to making all those losses back. Why? Because I didn't give up. Right. Right. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean you can't give up. And there's wins and losses. There's dry spells. There's all kinds of stuff. It takes a while to really
So
get the hang of
first,
this game.
first you become like a trader that's just negative all the time. You're absolutely terrible. And right now, like full transparency, I'm like break even with my live money. And actually, no, well, like I don't want to jinx myself, but I am up over 30 something percent in my live account currently. But the reason why I say that is because I've been up like 50, 100% in my live account, and then I've blown it all. But obviously now I'm taking a much more um, safer approach to what I'm doing. But what I've gone through, it's really messed with me because now it's like I think I have it, but then there's times where I'm like, I don't know if I have it. Like, am I just gonna go back to this terrible losing streak that I was having? It's hard to explain, Mike. It's really to put this into perspective, but like right now, I'm making money, and that's that's another reason why. Like Wednesday after the holiday, I was up, right? I was up over 30, 40%, and not even counting the Morph AI. Like after that, like the Morph AI trade, I did over 100% on that too. So I was super euphoric. When I get like that, I'm like, I'm shutting it down. I'm not even gonna look at my accounts. I'm not gonna mess with that, right? Because when I get in that state of mind, I make stupid decisions. I make stupid moves. So I have to step back, at least for right now. At least for, when in my stage of trading. When I get like that, I know I can't go near the charts. I can't go because I'll just go find something that I want to find. We all do it, right? I'll find a bullish scenario that's not there, and then I'll go and blow that money, and all of a sudden, now I'm down, and I now instead of 100%, now it's only 50%, and I get pissed off, and I'm like, you know what? I could have had that money. I need to go back, at least get some of that money back, and then boom, now you're down to 25%, and you're like, dang, if I had just sat on my hands, I wouldn't have dug myself into a hole like this. But then you keep trading, and then now you're negative. So now not only did you 100%, right, you doubled your money. I've been in this situation where I get so euphoric and I try to jump back into the trade, and then all of a sudden from 100% I lost all that money, and now I'm negative. There is no worse feeling than this, right? You feel like an idiot. You had just doubled your money, and now somehow, some way, you're negative. And the only thought in your mind is, I want it back. I'm going to get it back. One way or another, I'm going to get it back. And that mentality will get you liquidated. You lose everything. You start this downward spiral, and you just can't step away from the charts, and then before you know it, you've blown your account. I've been there. I've done it so many times. All it takes is one bad day for me, and I know that. I know that. I've done it. Don't do it. If you know, like, okay, at this point, I'm just gonna throw a hand grenade at my account. Shut it down. Like, no, you don't have to do that. Like, you can make that money back. I've gone from a loss of 50% to over doubling my money the next day and making it all back. If you just decide to keep going down that road of negativity because you're in this negative mindset, trust me, it feels sickening. It feels like you can't stop. It feels like all you need to do is get that money back, but you can't. And every single move you make puts you deeper into the negative territory. There's no worse feeling than it.
Yeah, you just made me
Somehow,
curious. You just talking about your lifetime losses and wins and stuff, and it was like I had to I checked my options account because that actually tells me my profit, and I'm actually green. It's amazing, just by a little bit.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I haven't calculated my exact wins and losses. I probably am in the green, but for me, it feels like I don't even want to look at that. It feels like I made a lot of mistakes, and that I just need to be more consistent now. Consistency. I don't even want to know what the number is,
Yeah, yeah, I get
but I
that.
know it was in the thousands.
Yeah, I mean it can get rough. The funny thing is, it's like once you've made a bunch and you do have those down days, it's a lot easier to take those down days. You know, it's almost like, I'll get it back.
And once you know that and you've done it, it's easier. And like until you experience that, yeah, it's not gonna be a fun ride. But yeah, you
Yeah.
can lose a lot of money in markets one day and then come back the next day and make twice as much. So
Oh,
that is a lesson, and you have to be able. It's like you have to get hit in the face a bunch of times, and then that one time where you decide to keep showing up is the time that okay, it's gonna make up for everything. Right.
yes.
So eventually just start losing all emotion for all of it.
Which is the
You're like,
key.
yeah,
It's a key.
this
It
like,
doesn't work
oh
well for
yeah. So
relationships, but it works great for trading. Just emotionless, stone cold.
well, it really depends on how you deal with it, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Stoicism is always good, but you gotta have passion. Women love passion. People love passion. You know.
That's it.
Yeah, a lot of people mistake drama for passion, and it's like, no, passion, drama, they're two separate things. Right, Fred?
There's a fine line.
Oh yes, oh yes, it's good times, man. Uh, yeah, I uh, I had a date tonight, and
There you go.
it was very expensive, which is fine.
Um, where'd you go?
Porterhouse
Oh man.
in Sturbridge. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it's that's a good place. Yeah.
Yes, it's very pricey, but what are you gonna do? It obviously, seeing as how I'm live streaming, it went good, but it didn't go that good.
Oh, well, it is what it is, right? Better luck next time. I mean, like I said, Mike, there's like a risk to reward ratio in this game. Never mind.
Oh, gotta love it. What's up, Fred? Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man. So you're not trading
So
at all this
Money Mike is
weekend?
gating.
Huh?
Huh?
You're not trading at all this weekend? You're gonna be buying any Bitcoin?
No, we're dry. I gotta eat some food and go to bed here pretty soon because we're jumping out of a couple airplanes tomorrow.
I saw that, man. I saw that. Uh
It's
that's
be
pretty
fun.
lit, dude. What time you gotta get up in the morning?
We're probably gonna. It wasn't as bad as I thought, so we have to probably leave here at like 5 or 6,
Okay. Very good.
which ain't. I mean, which would be like 9. We'll get there at 9 or 10,
Sweet.
which won't be too bad. And they open, I think, at 9. So
That's dope. That's dope.
we just got Arch.
Yeah, yeah, the arch. Yes, I remember.
It it's got, you gotta do it like as much as you don't want to. It's like if you like, have you ever been snowboarding?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's like if you don't stand on your toes or your heels and you just want to relax for a second, you know what's gonna happen? And just get flat-footed. That's like what happens when you don't arch in skydiving. You're just gonna get blasted around.
Good times.
Or it's like when you're playing in the waves when you're a kid and you just like come up all of a sudden you didn't expect that wave and then you take a breath, but a bunch of salt water goes in your mouth and you get blasted back and like do a couple flips, right? And you totally didn't expect that wave.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it could be like, you know?
good times, man. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. What do? You just kind of like pretend that a cop has a gun on you. You just freeze, you know?
It's yeah, no, it's like a what is it, 80 mile per hour blast of wind that just hits you. So
Oh,
you have to be able to deal with it.
yeah, you just like lean into it, right? Steady
You go,
yourself.
you
Yeah.
like try to go into it. You
Nice.
do that too. I mean,
Good times. Yeah, no, I can only imagine, man. I'll get out there with you eventually. I'll get strapped to you. It'll be fun. Nut to butt. It'd be a good time.
that'd be cool. I would always think like being a tandem instructor would be a fun job. That would be fun.
they have
Just get
shoot.
everybody like
They have
in real
shoots
life.
for 225-pound people, right?
Well, a tandem shoot, they have to have like what? I don't even know because I'm gonna sound ignorant here, but uh, uh, if you're over 300 pounds, they charge a little extra money, but you'll still get up there. I've seen some big dudes get on the tan. They just put a big old parachute on you. That's all.
Nice, nice. Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, they'll. I mean, there's a dude Ian that he's a tandem instructor. He's bigger than me. He's like 6'3" or something, like 6'4". Like world class uh skydiver, thousands of jumps, and he'd probably be the one. You just be strapped to that dude.
Nice. I know they were. I looked it up. They said basically it's like around 500 pounds, both the people. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
the bigger you are, the
So
smaller your instructor will be.
it, they have like a drogue chute, so it's like it's just when as soon as they get out the plane, they're gonna throw that, and it's gonna help stabilize both of you. So you're not gonna be like flipping or whatever. Like
Nice.
so, like a normal sky, like us, like when we jump out, we don't have a chute like that, like a little chute that follows us. We're just falling. So if we want to flip or roll or whatever, get on our back, we can do that. But the most important thing is that we get stable when it comes time to, it's altitude time to pull. Right.
Yeah, because you don't want a turtle, right? Get stuck on your back and.
Well, I mean, they they say like, even when you do your hop and pops, which are like the emergency procedures in your AFF, where you have to jump at 6,500 and then 3,500 feet. The 3,500 feet's a little scary because you can like see the license plates on like the cars. But like they say you got 3 seconds to pull, really. And really you got 10 seconds for you to fall the first 1,000 feet. And then it's like 5 seconds for every 1,000 feet after that. Because you have to like speed up to get there. So I mean you have like 3 seconds. But they say if you're on your back, it doesn't matter. If it's altitude, you pull, and the parachute is just gonna roll you on your like stomach and pull you up. It's gonna find a way to open. It's less than ideal, and you don't want to get wrapped in your like bridle or whatever, or because you have like all these lines. You don't want to get wrapped in them, which would be less than ideal.
Yeah, I know you almost
you know.
got one wrapped around your neck. That was crazy.
But if you pull when you're on your back, the parachute's gonna open. It's just gonna roll you over. It's gonna throw you.
Nice.
You just don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, a stop loss is kind of like a parachute for trading. Am I right?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like your reserve too. It's
Nice.
like if things go wrong, I know I'm going to get out here. There's no question about it.
Oh yeah.
It's like when I go there, it's like what like check out Oliver Velez. He has a YouTube channel. Amazing dude, has a lot of trading information. He thinks he's like, okay, if I'm climbing a cliff, like I'm not gonna like just fall like the full cliff. I'm gonna like look around me. I'm like, okay, I got an area right here. There's some leaves and stuff. I can fall into this area. There's a pile of rocks over there. I don't want to fall over there. So it's like your stop loss. Like, okay, where am I gonna fall? Like, there's a big chance I'm gonna fall. It's almost like placing gear in the wall. Like, as I go up, as I keep going up in the markets, as I keep hitting bull flags, right? And I'm in profits, right? Just like a cam I put into the wall, right? I clip my rope to it. I know that I can climb past that cam, but the further I climb past that cam, the bigger the fall is going to be. So I need to get in our cam in, which is in our stop loss. I'm going to move that stop loss up, which is
Nice.
as soon as I'm in profits on a trade, right? I have a negative stop loss. I can be risking 20, 30, 40, $50 depending on the size of my account. But as soon as I see my trade move up and I see those moving averages move up and I see that my 200 is above my position and it's above the recent low, now I know I can move my stop loss into take profit. So now I don't have any risk in the trade whatsoever. So now when it does fall, if I do fall, I fall into take profits. And that's it.
No, that's a
And you
fantastic
keep moving
metaphor
it up.
or analogy, whatever one it was.
Yeah, you just keep moving that up. And so it's going to fall eventually. So if you find a good trend and you just find like I said, as soon as that 1 minute gets above the 200 on the right time frame on the right day, the right date, right? It's the end of the month right now, so we're not looking for a long trade. We're looking for consolidation, especially even for the first week of the month as well, right? We're looking for the bottom in the first week if we're bullish. So we're gonna wait until that time. But right now, like if you're still in trade from last month, you would have been stopped out using the technique I just told you, right? We would have been playing bull flag, bull flag, bull flag, and as soon as the first one fails, boom, it fails. And then maybe you might try to chase, right? You might try to chase an Adam and Eve or an inverted head and shoulders, and you would have gotten stopped out like me, which I had happen a couple times. And I came to the realization, okay, we have a holiday week now. I'm not going to chase this. I'm just going to get wrecked if I keep doing it. And I just walked away. And then that's how it is. You have to know when to walk away. If you don't know when to walk away, you're just going to keep getting wrecked.
Kenny Loggins. No one to hold him, no one to fold him. Right? That's Kenny
That's right.
Loggins. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it off. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Kenny Rogers. That was Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Yeah, I mean, I basically went over all the different stuff that I was into this week. I told people about winners. It was a long week, man. I had like with the Christmas break, it was like I had two waves. You know what I mean? And I'm rolling, dude.
Yeah.
I'm keeping most of my money right into the markets over the weekend. I'm very little crypto exposure. I'm basically just gonna reset this weekend. It's gonna be nice after the holidays. So
Hell yeah.
we'll
That's
go
a good
over.
place.
Maybe we'll recap it tomorrow. I mean, it's not that important. It's gonna be better off, Sunday night, letting people know, like, hey, what's up for the next week. Oh,
Yeah, and then I mean, well, Sunday we still have a new year coming up, Mike. So, um we're gonna be waiting into we're gonna really see what's gonna happen for the new year. I would not. I mean, you do you. If you have a stop loss, you have a risk management strategy. Don't even like completely disregard what I'm saying right now. But if you're just blindly holding and trying to do whatever, um, I'm expecting some turbulence here in the new year. You know, at least some chop. We gotta just chop people out. Get them frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh
can't make
yeah.
it too easy for them. Can't make it too easy for retail,
No, no.
right? And retail, let's put ourselves in a retail mindset. We just saw we had a big run up this last month. We hit all-time highs. Bitcoin hits an all-time high. Let's bring us back to earth. Let's align our chakras. Let's get ourselves into a retail mindset trader. Right? Now that we're in the retail mindset, trading mindset, we're gonna think that we're supposed to go long right now and we're supposed to be what? Not doing anything. You could try to short. Uh I mean it might be for advanced traders, but
As far as the
I'm looking
stock
for
market goes, now's the perfect time to cash out of all the stuff that's been killing it this year, like the Magnificent Seven and the S&P, and roll over into the small cap stocks again. But you know,
there it is.
like that's a lot different than the crypto markets for sure. You know,
And retail mindset gonna get you wrecked.
man. Yeah. I mean, if you were to find the right altcoin right now, but that's man, now more than ever, that is severely difficult. So, but
I
you
mean,
know,
that's what we do.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure you'll
I,
have some altcoins.
yeah, I should have had some altcoins, but it is what it is. I'll have some stuff tomorrow.
We were giving
I
people
didn't
the
do my
sauce all
research
week,
tonight.
giving people.
It's Friday night. What do you expect of me?
Oh yes, oh yes. And then we're actually gonna be posting a couple like actual YouTube videos soon. That's gonna be exciting because we've just been doing lives up until this point. So it'll be
Yeah, we'll do some
pretty sweet.
tutorial stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, I'm doing the 2025 list, stocks for 2025, and going over what I think is going to be the super cycle for this year. So clickbait title, crazy thumbnail, probably AI generated, and just gonna put some clips on TikTok. We're gonna really go nuts. It's gonna be fun.
So I'm getting something it's coming across. My crypto sense is tingling. Something's coming across my desk right now.
What's that?
It's called AI Rocket. I want to make sure I get this one. I want to get this one right for you guys here.
Yeah, there's a few of them, huh? AI rockets, Solana. Seems like there's two AI
Rocket
rocket.
virtual. It's on virtual.
What do you mean virtual?
Let me get this. It's on the virtual network. Let me get this here. Uh,
What's a virtual network?
Here it is. I think it's like another blockchain. Where this is not. It's not what I'm looking for, Mike. See, this is what happens when I try to do things on the fly here. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm just looking at it right now, so it's the first thing I'm looking at.
AI rocket by virtuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
Let me
AI
see.
rocket by virtuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the one you had a market cap of like 4 million.
Yeah. 4 million. Yeah.
That's what I'm finding. It's under the ticker rocket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's under the ticker of rocket. That's what I'm getting on CoinGecko. Um, it's probably that one right there. Maybe.
Let's see, because you gotta make sure we have the right one here. We can't be misleading our viewers, but
Well, it is AI rocket. AI rocket, but the ticker is rocket.
we're trying to get you guys this stuff before it like comes out, and that's what the hard thing is. We're doing it right on the fly on the show. Yeah.
It's a total supply of 998 million, a max supply of a billion. The circulating supply is currently 498 million. So.
Why don't you bring up your screen? Let's see what you're seeing.
Oh, I got this up on the laptop, but I can bring it up here.
I think it's this one.
AI rocket. Oh.
Interesting. Well, I didn't do any research about this. I don't hold any of this. I can't say anything really about it, but
You see it?
it is what it is, Mike. I gotta make sure I'm gonna come with you guys.
You see it, Corey? AI
Let's see
rocket by
how.
Virtuals. Ticker rocket.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a.
So I guess CoinGecko.
That thing is just marching, huh? Oh, it's brand new.
Brand new. That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
So
I was like,
yeah, this thing could 10x.
I thought
I
the
could
chart
see
was
it.
going nuts, but it's literally just looking at the same chart every time. I thought it just kept going
Yeah,
up.
it's brand new.
Nice. That's
So
something good to leave people off with. There you go. Boom, bada bing.
that's a way. Yeah, that's a great way to end the show. Probably be we'll probably do a live stream from on the road tomorrow, right?
Are
We'll
you
see
from
what
the hotel?
happens. Yeah, we'll
Nice.
do that, and we'll go from there.
Beautiful. I'll be at my desk still, but
All right, guys. Until next time. It's a great stream.
oh yeah.
Right? Check out AI Rocket by Virtuals. I
Make
see
some
this thing
money.
doing some crazy stuff.
Make some money. And as always, be
All right, guys.